Okay, so Pocket Gamer, and we're in San Francisco, and we're at a very kind of cool place, as you can probably see with the kind of the ambience around. We're at a place called YetiZen, which is one of the big incubator programs, and it's quite exciting for the companies here. They're coming up to their kind of first kind of big kind of press announcement after you've been here for a couple of months, haven't you? So anyway, so quickly, can you introduce yourself and tell us what kind of what company you're with, and what kind of stuff you've been doing?
Right. So my name is Nick, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Playblazer. Playblazer is a backend-as-a-service. So we help game studios cut down development time for multiplayer games by 50% or more. Typically, multiplayer games cost 3 times in terms of time and cost for studios to build as compared to single-player games. And the trend is going towards multiplayer because everybody today, you and me and our friends are all on Facebook and using mobile devices like smartphones like Android and iOS. And we no longer want to play by ourselves, right? We want to play with our friends. And that's where multiplayer games come in, right? And there have been some very big successes in the past.
So you guys, you're like a startup company, I guess, but you already kind of got a big project that you guys were.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a very unique proposition. So we provide a number of components and services which are pre-built. So a development team can get started from the word go. So once you use our platform and start using it, you have all of those services and the servers for it all available to you right from day one, right? So that's what helps studios get started very, very quickly. The first studio that we picked up as a customer was Jump Games, which is one of the largest studios which builds most of the DreamWorks IP. So they've built games like Total Recall, the Formula 1 official game for Android and iOS. They have built Real Steel, which is their biggest game, which is another DreamWorks IP, a Hugh Jackman movie a couple of years ago. It was pretty big, robots boxing in a ring. And that game did about 6 million installs on iOS and Android as a single-player game. And they were looking at how to take it to the multiplayer arena, right? Because people want to play and fight against each other in these games. And that's when we met up with them, and they loved the platform. And they got started working on it towards the end of January. And in 10 short weeks, they had completed the development of the multiplayer game. In fact, the game is launching tomorrow.
Okay, oh wow,
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's quite exciting for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Very exciting.
So when online games go live and kind of games as a service kind of thing, the big thing is like, will the server stand up? We've had like the problems with Sims and stuff. Are you confident that tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So our team has a pretty long history in working on cloud-based platforms, and in 2010 and this year in 2012, we're probably the only company worldwide which went to the finals of the AWS Global Startup Challenge.
Do you want to say what AWS is?
AWS is Amazon Web Services. They have a 6-year-old running competition which is for startups which are using cloud platforms and technologies, and we are the only team worldwide to have gone there twice to the finals. So this year in the gaming category, we were finalists, and that proves our cloud credentials, and we are very confident that our platform is something which studios can trust and use right from the word go.
And I guess the other thing is we're in San Francisco at the moment, you're in this incubator, but your company didn't start in San Francisco, is it? So the incubator is global, so can you tell us a bit about where you guys come from?
Yeah, so our team is based in India, so we have a development team and a support team there. And we quickly ran out of customers there because India is a place where there are about like 3 studios.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? There's so much IT there, but not a lot of games companies yet. I guess at some point.
Yeah, so there are a bunch of companies which are pretty good at doing back-end services for larger studios here. So you have Gameloft and you have EA, and all of these companies have their studios back in India. But there's no original creation of IP there. There's no original creation of games. That's something which is, I think, culturally we are still the first generation gamers, and then gamers become, designers, and then they start building games. So that takes a bit more time. So I think we'll get there, and we have very good talent back home. And what we've seen is that there are people who can really execute really large projects in India and build large companies and large-scale internet and digital platforms, and that's where we come from.
Right. Well, we'll be looking out for you in future. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much.